welcome back to the channel. Really quick, if you like what you've seen in the past, think about subscribing, think about sharing this out for me, and think about hitting that like button. It helps grow the channel. I got my copy of Metroid Dread. I was waiting for it to come with anticipation that I haven't had for a while now when it comes to a video game. If you've played Metroid in the past on the NES, grew up with it, this is the first proper 2D 2.5D Metroid game in 20 years. What happened to this series? So if you're wondering, did they nail it right off the bat? I'm going to tell you. This is absolute gold. Golden! It is phenomenal. And the first thing that completely blew me away was the presentation. I mean, is this running on a Switch? How in the world do they continue to push this system? This game looks better than a lot of games on the new systems. Like, you think about 2D games like Ori, think about the best 2D platformers that you've played this generation, designed for this generation's hardware. Nowhere near as good as Metroid Dread's presentation. Not even close. And when you factor in the most badass bounty hunter character, period, Samus Aran, this is a huge deal. And I said before in a previous video, it's almost like a reintroduction to Samus Aran in the world of Metroid for people who grew up with it. But if you haven't, if you're one of these people who purchased the Switch, and there are a lot of people out there that jumped on board with the Switch and are loving it, this is an introduction to one of the badass characters, Samus Aran. Now, presentation aside, when I first started playing this, oh, it felt so good. The controls are so finely tuned, and it's so familiar if you've played Metroid in the past, but everything is just so highly detailed in this world. And again, I keep running back to the presentation because look at this game, right? Even the save points are ridiculously detailed. This is before I even get to the animation, but the gameplay is so tight, and that Metroidvania, they coined the term themselves, right? That Metroidvania style gameplay feels so good. I mean, you start off and you've got all these really cool abilities, right? But then you get that first upgrade and that music kicks in and you can open up other areas and it just feels so good. I've played about 2 hours so far. I've gotten to, I think it's the first really big boss. There are 3 stages to this fight. Listen, this game is gonna whoop you. This is a tough game. The first boss, like I said, there are 3 stages to the fight. It's not just a one and done fight. He's got a weak point, then you expose another weak point, and then that exposes another weak point. In between that fight, you have to run, you have to dodge, you have to hang from parts on the ceiling, on the walls, on the sides. You have to dash and slide under the boss. I mean, there's a lot. There is a lot to do, and it can feel overwhelming, but it never feels cheap. It never feels like you're dying. And I know that's a cliche. Everybody says that. Oh, it didn't feel like it was fair. I died, but it was fair. Why did I start talking like that? I have no idea. But it doesn't feel like it's cheating you. You really have to sort of, relax, pay attention to the environment. There are subtle cues in the game that help you figure out what to do, where to go. The cutscenes, the transitions from gameplay to cutscene, you just saw that happen here. Unbelievable. Again, the characters look so good. It is the creepiest Metroid game that I've ever played. I mean, there's a cat and mouse element to these enemies when they chase you, and you cannot defeat them. There's nothing you can do to defeat them. You've got to run, you've got to hide, you've got to look at your map to see which way they're going, go the opposite way, or just remain silent at times. Really good, really great gameplay hook in addition to everything else in the world of Metroid. something that is going to catch your eye right away is the animation. It is ridiculous. I mean, everything Samus does is highly detailed. And I died there and went back, so we'll skip this and then get right into the fight. But every little thing that Samus does, everything that she interacts with or touches, there's an animation for it. And there are multiple different animations, which you kind of miss if you don't pay attention to them, but it just speaks to how, you know, how much quality and how much attention to detail they put into this game. Again, I haven't seen, look at the frost there coming off of the, look at that. I mean, it's just, I haven't seen a game this good looking that's 2.5D in almost ever. And I cannot wait. Again, look at this. From one area to the next, my jaw keeps hitting the floor when I play this game. Unbelievable. I cannot wait. I really cannot wait. And I know looking forward to a game in the series kind of takes away from talking about this now. This is great. I want Metroid Prime 4 so bad. I want the Metroid Prime trilogy so bad on the Switch. If it's going to happen, I don't know. If it doesn't, they're insane because it prints money. That series is the best first-person shooter, first-person adventure, exploration, period. Nothing comes close to the Metroid Prime trilogy. But this right here, let me tell you, I cannot stop playing it. Cannot stop playing it. It is that good. Get out there, pick up Metroid Dread, learn the patterns. It's not Dark Souls, don't worry. Dark Souls, I wouldn't even do. I can't do it. I just can't. I wind up destroying things in my house. This is tough, but it feels like if you just persevere a bit, you get to the next point, you get the next upgrade, you can explore more in the world. Fantastic. This is the best 2.5D Metroid ever. Check it out. Let me know what you think in the comment section below if you picked it up. Again, share this video out, hit the like button, maybe even subscribe to the channel. Samus is back, baby, and I love it. Thanks for watching.